Are we about to see a massive pump in the overall crypto markets? Because yes, some of the altcoins are seeing a major push towards the upside, like Solana and also BTT, but we're going to look at the charts to find out what we could expect. Because yes, at the moment we can see that Bitcoin is consolidating, and we could even expect this dump all the way back down to this major support round about the $42,000 level. But this could mean that yes, we're going to see some altcoins see a major push towards the upside, because if we're going to look at the Bitcoin dominance, we are seeing this major push towards the upside, and we are seeing that the dominance is showing us some weakness. But we're going to look at all of this to find out what we could expect in the immediate short term, which altcoin is going to see a major pump towards the upside. So with that being said, guys, if you want to find out more, watch the video until the end, smash up the like button and subscribe. And now let's directly start with today's content. So welcome back to B4Crypto. I hope you're all doing great. We can see that the overall crypto market is looking extremely bullish, but let's go over to Bitcoin to first of all find out what we could expect. Because yes, on the weekly chart for Bitcoin, we can see that we have run into some major resistance from the previous bull market exactly here, where we can see that the price movement saw a major rejection within this zone. And we can also see that we had support exactly in these levels. So yes, previous resistance turns into support and support turns into resistance. And that's why we are seeing at the moment that after we had this massive pump for Bitcoin all the way from the levels of $37,000 all the way to the levels of $44,500, that we are first of all going to see a consolidation. Maybe we're going to push to the 50,000 and then we're going to see this consolidation. But overall, if we go in the lower time frames on the daily chart, yes, we can see that Bitcoin saw this major pump all the way to the levels of $44,500, and now we're seeing this consolidation. But first of all, let's look at the previous resistance levels, because yes, here we can see that the price movement had this pump, and we saw this small consolidation exactly here in between the levels of $41,800. But if we're going to look at the Fibonacci retracement levels from the previous lows all the way to the highs, then we can see, guys, this support level round about the $42,200 level. So let's say 42,300 is our 61.8. So yes, this would perfectly make sense that Bitcoin is going to see this retracement towards the 61.8 and that we can open the next trade from these levels, because yes, this gives the opportunities for the altcoins to see a major push towards the upside. And talking about the major push, yes, we opened this trade in my free Telegram group where I posted a signal of BTT and we closed the trade with 290% profit. Yes, we opened the trade exactly here round about the levels of 0.00751. We took this trade all the way up to our take profit and it was perfectly hit. So yes guys, if you want to trade all of these moves, make sure to go down in the video description below and sign up to my free Telegram group where you will find all the instructions to join my free signal group. And yes, you just have to sign up with one of my links and send me your UID to get access to this free signal group. And yes, we are still in this Bitcoin trade which we opened round about the levels of 43,239, and we have been in the trade since this major dump towards the downside. We had this dump all the way from here, and then we perfectly bounced off from the 61.8, and we saw this pump all the way nearly to our take profit. But yes, we didn't close the trade because I expect, guys, we're going to see this consolidation and that Bitcoin is going to pump all the way to our take profit. So if you want to open this trade, guys, these are the entry levels. And if you want to trade this on the spot market or in the leverage market, make sure to use my links, because there you get a major deposit bonus. But guys, we're also in this trade on Link, where we can see this major push towards the upside. But yes, we're going to look at the technical analysis, why I opened this trade exactly here and why I posted this in my free signal group. And yes, we're also in this AVAX trade, which I posted in my free signal group. And guys, we're going to see this major push for AVAX, but we're also going to look at the charts. But first of all, we're going to go over to the Bitcoin dominance, because yes, on the Bitcoin dominance, guys, I told you that we are most probably going to form this double top and that we're going to see this retracement all the way back down to the 48% level. But what is the Bitcoin dominance? The Bitcoin dominance is at the moment at the levels of 53%. So this means that 53% of the overall crypto market is invested in Bitcoin and Bitcoin is dominating. But if we're going to see that the dominance is going to go down, this means that a lot of people are diversifying their Bitcoin holdings into altcoins, and that we could expect, yes, if the Bitcoin dominance is going to come all the way back down, we could expect this massive pump for the altcoins. And yes, this means that the altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin. And we're going to look at the first coin. Yes, that is Link. because on Link we saw on the daily chart that we had this massive pump towards the upside when Bitcoin also broke out from the lows, and we already had this major gains for Link all the way from the breakout point all the way to the top. And yes, this green box was my buying area, which I told you in the previous videos when we were in the bear market where nobody was interested in crypto. I told you in my videos to buy exactly here. And yes, we saw this pump of 127%. But is this going to go down? No guys, I think that we could expect the next major pump for Link all the way to the next major resistance, which is exactly here at the levels of $20, where we can see the price movement had this pump and also this dump all the way back down. And yes, this is also exactly the level for Bitcoin where we saw this major dump at the $50,000 level. So yes, if we're going to see this consolidation or even this pump for Bitcoin, we could expect that the overall crypto market and Link is going to break out to the next level. And guys, yes, ultimately I see a major run for Link, because if we're going to zoom out, yes guys, we saw this major pump from the previous bear market, we saw this major pump, and Link just kept on going up all the way to these levels. So yes, I expect after we saw this massive pump towards the upside at the beginning of the bull market, because the bull market has already started guys, so yes, buying Link exactly here wouldn't be buying the top, because if we're going to zoom in on the price movement of Link on the daily chart, we can see guys, we are at this major breakout point. And yes, what are we forming on the daily chart? Yes, an ascending triangle, because we can see that the price movement is holding this major trend line towards the upside, and we perfectly bounced off once again from the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level. This gives us a bullish indication, and also this horizontal neckline, that we're going to see a fast move towards the upside. So yes, we could expect this massive pump, and I expect that we're going to come all the way up to the levels of $30 in this next major move. So this means all the way up here. So this will be a major move for Link all the way from this breakout point all the way to the $30. Yes, this would be a move of 87%. This is not going to happen overnight, but I could expect, if we're going to break out from these levels, that this is ultimately going to be our next price target, because we could expect some furthermore upside. So let's go over to AVAX, because yes, I've opened this AVAX trade exactly here, and a lot of people would say you're buying the top. But guys, we're going to go on the 4-hour chart to find out why I opened this trade exactly here. But let's look at the levels guys, because for AVAX we can see that we are around about the levels of $29, and we can see that here was our last major resistance, and then we saw the bear market continue and we found the bottom exactly here. But let's zoom out even more, because if we're going to look at the previous bear market, which was exactly here, the previous bear market low, we have formed this perfect W, and we saw this breakout, and we just saw this massive move all the way to the all-time high. And guys, yes, we could expect the same scenario, which we can see exactly here after we broke out from the bear market, that we had this major push towards the upside. And let's look at the percentages, because yes, from the bottom all the way to the first swing high, we made a pump of 550%, and at the moment from the bottom all the way to the price movement at the moment, we had a pump of 210%. So we could expect, yes, another 300% towards the upside all the way to this major resistance, because yes, exactly at the levels of $45 for AVAX, we can see, yes, we have this major zone, the previous support in the bull market exactly here. So we could expect this massive pump towards the upside, and that's why I opened the trade exactly today. So let's go down on the lower time frames on AVAX on the 4-hour chart, because yes, if we're going to zoom in on the 4-hour chart, guys, we can see this perfect breakout from this major zone, because we saw the sideways consolidation. And if we're going to look at the Fibonacci retracement level, I could bet with you that this is going to be the 23.6 from this low. Yes, we can see it went all the way back down to the 38.2, but we can see the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level was exactly this line where we saw this next move towards the upside, and then we broke this major neckline. And if we're going to look at the price target, once again, if we're going to draw the Fibonacci retracement levels from the swing high all the way to the swing low, and yes, the 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level is going to be our next price target round about the $29 level. But I expect that yes, we're going to see this pump for AVAX all the way to the 2.618 exactly here, because yes, if we're going to zoom out, this is going to be our next major resistance level at the $43 level. So ultimately this is going to be my next trade on AVAX, this pump and this breakout from this once again symmetrical triangle that we are forming on the 4-hour chart. And yes, this would be a move all the way up here of at least 40% towards the upside, all the way to the next major resistance. And if you want to trade this move, guys, go down in the video description below and sign up to Bybit, where you can open this trade exactly here, and we could expect this massive pump towards the upside. And yes, this is just a small trade with a margin of $57. I just invested $57, and if we're going to reach my take profit exactly here, just at the $30 level, I would make some profit of round about $113. So yes, guys, with a small amount, you can achieve some major profits. So go down and sign up exactly now. But before we're going to end this video, guys, we're going to look at Solana, because yes, in my previous video, I told you that we're most probably going to break out from the symmetrical triangle, which is a neutral pattern. It could break out towards the downside and also towards the upside, and we didn't reach our price target yet. But yes, I expect that Solana is going to see this next major high at round about the $88 level, but eventually all the way at the $100 level, because if we go on the weekly chart, I expect that Solana is going to have a bright future and that we're going to reach the previous all-time high sooner than later. So don't miss this train and invest into Solana. But if you're going to ask me what is the price target for Solana at the end of the bull market, I expect, yes, that Solana is going to reach the previous all-time high for Ethereum, which is round about the $5,000 level. So if we're going to see that this bullish price target is going to play out all the way from the price movement where we are at the moment, all the way to my price prediction, this would be a move of nearly 6,000%. So guys, don't miss this opportunity on these major moves on the Solana network. And I also made a video on some airdrops you can get on the Solana network, so make sure to watch this video exactly now. But overall, this looks extremely bullish for the overall crypto market, and we are having some awesome trades. So if you want to trade all of these moves, guys, join my free Telegram group where you'll find all the information. So before we're going to end this video, let's go back to Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart, because yes, we are having this consolidation after this massive move towards the upside, and this is extremely healthy for the markets, because if we're going to see that Bitcoin is going to continue even higher, then we could expect an even greater dump all the way back down to the important EMAs, because ultimately if we're going to break the support, which I told you is going to be quite relevant around the $42,200 level, which is also the 61.8 all the way from the previous low all the way to the swing high, this would perfectly line up with a healthy retracement all the way to the 61.8. But ultimately, if we're going to lose these levels, our next price targets are going to be the 50 moving average round about the $41,000 level. And ultimately, if we're going to see a major correction for Bitcoin, which I don't think is going to happen, we're going to see the next major level at the 200 moving average, which also perfectly lines up with this previous breakout point exactly here, round about the $37 level. But ultimately, guys, this is our major support round about the $36,000 level, which I think we're not going to break towards the downside ever again, because on the weekly chart, like I told you guys, that I expected we're going to form this range in between this major resistance zone round about the $50,000 level and this major support at $36,000, that we're going to see that Bitcoin is going to consolidate before we're going to see the Bitcoin halving and the next major leg towards the upside. But guys, it is important to dollar cost average into altcoins and also Bitcoin, because yes, Bitcoin is the money of the future. So make sure to be for crypto, and we see each other in the next video.